Robert the Doll. 4-year-old Robert Eugene Otto, known as Gene, was thrilled when his family's maid gave him a child-sized doll in 1904. Gene named the doll Robert. The maid, actually, had been known or talked about to practice voodoo. Robert kept Gene company in his hometown of Key West, Florida. They wore matching sailor suits. Gene insisted that the doll sit next to him at the table. Gene's parents often overheard him talking and fighting with Robert, using a totally different voice for the doll. One night, when Gene's dad was reading the newspaper, he heard a terrifying cackle. "Gene, that's enough," he scolded. But when Gene's dad turned around, Gene was not in the room. The only one in the room was the doll sitting on the couch. Gene's dad thought he must have imagined what he'd heard. One night, when Gene's parents were awakened by a thud and Gene screaming, they rushed into his room and found a desk knocked over. Gene sat in the corner, shaking and pointing at Robert. "He did it! He did it!" Gene said. Robert lay on the floor. The corners of his mouth were turned up into a creepy smile. Things only got stranger from there. Gene's mom was in the kitchen one afternoon when she saw Robert run past the doorway. Later, a neighbor reported seeing Robert floating outside the window while Gene's family was away. People began to say that the former maid had cursed the doll and the family. In 1930, Gene married Annette Parker, and they lived in New York City for several years before returning to the family home in Key West. They spent the next 40 years there. Robert stayed with them in his own room. Robert even went on trips with the couple. When Gene died in 1974, his wife placed Robert in the attic. She then sold the house. The home's next owners claimed that the doll terrorized their daughter. They quickly moved. The maid's curse not only outlived Gene, but also took on the life of its own. Today, Robert the doll sits in the museum at Key West. Legend says museum visitors may ask the doll for permission to take its picture, or risk being cursed forever.